Hello everybody, I am Tadashi Mori, and in this video here, first of all, I'd like to say I'm really sorry for taking so long to make a new video. And well, I've been quite busy these days and working in some other projects. One of them is with Joe Nakashima, Kade-chan and Alex Satsukawa. But anyway, this video here is going to be about how to solve crease patterns, and it's going to be a little bit hard to understand because it's about taking another step in understanding origami. Well, most of the origami artists, they don't give the diagram, they give only the crease pattern. So by understanding how to solve a crease pattern, you have tons of other origamis that you've never seen, or you've never seen the diagram, you will be able to make it. And so it's a really important step to take if you want to be an advanced folder. So that's it, let's start. Okay, so first of all, let's understand what's a crease pattern. So if you have here, like this origami bird here, the tsuru, and you unfold the origami, you have the crease pattern. You have the folds that make the final origami. Okay, so this is the crease pattern. So how do you fold? If the author gives you only these lines here, how do you know how to fold? For example, this one here, you can fold like this, fold in half, then you fold in half again, and fold in half one more time. And I could also solve like this. Okay, it's different, but I made all the folds. So I can't know exactly how to solve this kind of crease pattern. So what if the author gives you the valley folds and the mountain folds? I want the red lines to be the valley folds and the black lines to be the mountain folds. Will I be able to solve it? Well, you can solve this one like this, right? But you could also fold like this. The lines are the same, but well, the result's different. It means that you can't have a definite way, you don't have a definite way to solve all the crease patterns. But most of the crease patterns has the same pattern to solve each part. So for example, this base here, this is the tsuru base, right? Most of the times it's going to be folded like this, or maybe like this. Okay, you have some variations, but most of the times it's going to be something really close to this. Okay, most of the time it's going to be the bird base. So the idea is you have to memorize how to solve this set of folds. You won't try to fold every line, okay? When you have a crease pattern, you don't have to fold line by line. You have to see if you can find some patterns like this. If you find this, you already know, well, it's a bird base, okay? So let me show you other base. There are several bases, and well, this one here is the frog base. It's the same base used to make the iris flower. Okay, so if you find something like this, it means that's going to be the iris flower base, or also called the frog base. This is the frog base. Okay, so most of the times it's going to be solved like this, or maybe the opposite way like this, but anyway, it's always something really close to this. This one here is the fish base, and it's something like this. Okay, so I hope you could understand the idea. You have to memorize a set of folds. If you find this set of folds, you make the frog base. If you find this set of folds, you make the fish base. If you find this, you make the bird base. It's not a base, but well, let me show you the crease pattern. I made some lines here already, but the idea is this. You have this line, and this triangle here. You have to memorize this. You have this triangle here, right? And you will find this, exactly this triangle in several kinds of origamis, and the objective, the way this triangle works, it's something like this. You're going to make a fold along this line and this line, making this line here go up to this line here, okay, like this, right? So the idea of this triangle is this: you are going to make these two lines you're going to join these two lines, and if you see the other line or the other side, it's going to make this flap here, and it's usually made when you need to make some details here in front. And I know, well, some of you may already recognize this. This is the base used to make the Phoenix by Kamiya Satoshi. Okay? So, let's see. If you have something like this, how do you solve it? Well, you have a tsuru base here and a tsuru base here. Basically, you have to make here a tsuru base in this side, okay, like this. Unfold this, okay. Make the tsuru base in this other side, and then you make the bird base again in the first side. Well, in this case I didn't have to unfold, but it's easier if you unfold, because the folds on this side may get in the way of the folds in this other side. Well, anyway, and as you can see here, you can fold it later, the details. Well, this one here is nothing actually. It's a tsuru, I don't know, living in a nuclear reactor, right? Well, anyway, let's see some other examples. Well, first, let's see this example here. Well, this is the Origami Phoenix by Kamiya Satoshi, right? And as you can see here, you have a pattern that you already know. The bird base. Right here. Okay, but the bird base is the last thing you have to see here. Anyway, first, you can see that you have so many lines here that it's really hard to understand. But first you have to see if you find a base, an easier way to understand it. And it's these red lines here, okay? These red lines are exactly the lines I made here in this base. So you're going to fold like this, right? And the base here is going to be this. So the idea is simple. First, you have to find the big folds, okay? The folds that makes the base. Fold the base first. And what do you do about these parallel lines here? You have so many parallel lines here. How do you fold it? Actually, after you make this base, after you make the base, you fold like this. Fold here, okay, and keep folding parallel lines, right? As you can see here, I didn't fold all these lines here one by one. I first folded the base, and then I made lots of parallel lines. And if you unfold this, you can see you have exactly the same folds here, these parallel lines. So this is the idea. First you have to find the base, and as you can see you have this triangle here, right, that makes this line get joined with this line here, that makes this square come to the front, make a flap here, and you can, when after you make this flap, you can make the face, the details of the body and the face. Well, anyway, it's something like this, right? So this part here, this flap is going to be the face. Anyway, you can also find here this triangle here, here, and here. Okay. Well, this is the idea. You have to memorize the result of each of these patterns. Let's take another example. It's the microwave scorpion by Alex Shin. Well, you can see the result of this origami here in the link in the video description. Okay. So I already made a lot of lines here because I was studying this one, but well, as you can see here, first of all, you must see that you have here the frog base. It's this one here. Well, but you can say that, well, it's a little bit different because this part here should be like this if you wanted here also. It should be like this if you wanted the frog base. And also here, this line stops here in the middle. It doesn't go up to the end of the paper. So it's different, but you can start by doing the frog base. Basically, when you have something like this, you must think like this. Well, the author, the guy who made the origami started by thinking in the frog base because it's just similar with the frog base. So it's going to be like this. You fold here, making the frog base. And what about this part here? Why do you have this white part here? It's actually not white because I made a lot of lines here, but this part here, this triangle was white. So if the author makes something like this, leaves a part of the origami white like this, it means that you don't have to bother with this part. So make this fold here first, it's like this, and make this fold here, okay, and just make the base again. You don't have to worry about the other lines. So it's going to be like this, okay. And another thing, you have this line here, right? And it's going to be this one here, this triangle here. You just have to fold this triangle like this, okay. So as you can see, I folded first the base, and after I worried about the details. You have to do exactly like this. First you find the whole base, and after you make the details. And now all these parallel lines again. Well, the parallel lines, it's just going to be like this. After you fold everything, you have to keep making parallel lines in each flap. It's always like this. You have to make parallel lines on each flap, and after this you have to make inside reverse folds, a sequence of inside reverse folds, inside and outside reverse folds, right? Okay, let me show you in this one here. It's something like this. You have this, right? You first make a fold to inside, and you make a fold to outside in the next line, and inside in the next line, and the result is going to be like this. Okay, so that's it. I hope you could understand this video, and the idea is this. First, memorize different kinds of patterns, of the solution of different kind of patterns. That means you have to first memorize how to solve this set of lines. And then you try to solve each part of the origami. Well, it's actually not really hard to do this, but the problem is that you have to memorize lots of different patterns. So it's actually about practice. You have to try to solve lots of different kinds of crease patterns, and then by practicing you will see that it's not really hard. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching this video. See you. Bye bye.